All right, y'all. Today I want to talk about trading full time. In other words, trading as your main source of income. How realistic is it? How attainable is it? Especially if you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of capital to start out with. I want to go over all of that in this video, and then I want to give you a step-by-step guide to how you can get started on the path to trading full time. Now, the thing about trading that makes it so alluring is the fact that no matter who you are, no matter where you are in the world, as long as you have a cell phone and an internet connection, you have the ability to make money. You don't have to have a boss. You don't have to have clients. You don't have to deal with anybody except yourself. It's one of the most freeing feelings in the world, and it's something I recommend for everybody because, honestly, who wouldn't want to be in that situation? Now, before I get into the video, there's a few things I want to say. First of all, if you enjoy this kind of content, this channel, we're all about education, technical analysis, trading tutorials, trading strategies. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to share the video. And, share it on Twitter and all that stuff so that we can help the YouTube algorithms and, we can get this information out to more people. Also, guys, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to subscribe. Click the bell button so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. All right, so let me get into this. First of all, can you trade full time? The answer is yes, 100%. 100% you can do this. If you're watching this video, I know that you're probably wondering, can I do this? Maybe you haven't started trading yet, or maybe you've been trading for a while and you're feeling discouraged. You're feeling like maybe you're not cut out for this. You're feeling like you cannot do it. Let me tell you that yes, you can do this. 100%. I have confidence in you. It's not too difficult. It's not beyond your reach. If you are willing to put in the work, practice the discipline and the patience that it takes, I know that you can do this. Even if you don't have a lot of money to start out with, it might take you a little bit longer before you're able to do this as your only source of income. But if you stick to it, I know that you can do it. So I'm going to go over these 5 steps, and then we're going to break them down a little bit on how to get started trading full-time as your main source of income. Number 1, you need to determine within yourself, and this is very important, determine it within yourself to actually learn how to trade. Accept the fact that you'll have to learn and put in the work. You're going to have to treat this as if you're going to school to learn a new career. A lot of people jump into trading too soon. They think, it's not too hard. It's something I can do. I don't need to learn. I have spoken to so many people who started trading Bitcoin during the bull run. They start out with maybe 50 grand or even 10 grand or even 1 grand. And they make a few long swing trades. They go long a few times. They double, triple, quadruple, even 5 times their portfolio. And they think to themselves, that's it. I'm going to do this full time. And then do you know what happens? They lose everything. Everything. This actually also happened to me. People start out, they get lucky a few times, and they get overconfident, and then they lose everything. And it's the most demoralizing, humiliating, humbling feeling in the world. But you need to approach this as if you're going to start a new career. Okay, if you want to do this full time, then you need to invest in this. You need to put in the hours. You need to put in the long hours and the looking at charts, analyzing charts, learning technical analysis. You need to learn technical analysis and how to analyze a chart. This is very important. How to analyze a chart. You need to learn how to do this. If you don't learn how to do this, how do you expect that you're going to have any success? It's very important that you know what you're doing before you start trading, because when you think about it, trading is essentially flipping a coin, rolling the dice, right? The price is either going to go up or go down. The purpose of technical analysis, which is the ability to analyze a chart, is to essentially load the dice. Okay, we're trying to find setups where the probabilities are in our favor. And the way to do that is by learning technical analysis. Now, you can see on my chart here, I have some things pulled up. I have a fixed range. I have a fib pulled right here. And, you know, using some of these basic technical analysis tools, I was able to enter a lot of really nice trades. In fact, just the past few days, I was able to take a long trade right here, take a short trade right here, take another short right here, take a long right here, and I'm currently short right here. Okay, these are actually trade setups that I post in advance. We're going to go into this more about planning your trades out in advance, but these are trade setups that I post in advance in my VIP Discord. Because I'm analyzing a chart, I know exactly what I am looking for before I enter a trade. I'm not just entering at random. I'm looking for something very specific. You can see I'm drawing on the chart what I want to see in order to enter the trade, and I only enter the trade if we get that. Of course, you can see I was looking for us to fall down into these Fibonacci golden pocket with a bullish divergence on market cipher B. That's exactly what we got. We got a nice bounce out of that golden pocket right there, and we continued up. We hit a nice take profit at that other fib level, continued on up. The trade's over 100% in profit. And then earlier this morning, I see that we are coming up to another resistance, the point of control. And I'm drawing here on the chart what I want to see. I want to see a bearish divergence on market cipher B as we come up into the point of control. And that's exactly what we got. We got the bearish divergence into the point of control. It was such a clean rejection from that point of control. And that trade is, you know, in massive profits, guys. And the reason I'm telling you this is not to be braggadocious here. But I'm telling you, because I'm able to analyze the chart, I'm able to stack the probabilities in my favor. And so I have the confidence to post these trade setups in advance because it's not just random, guys. There's a method to the madness. And so if you can learn this stuff, if you can learn how to load the dice, then you're going to be off on a very good foot, to say that, okay? You're going to have to put in the hours, though. You're going to have to learn these things. It's not out of your ability to learn, right? You're going to have to learn how to do the Mr. Krabs $1 Million Dance. You're going to have to learn how to draw levels of support and resistance on a chart, how to use volume, how to use Fibonacci. And guys, by the way, if you do want to join the VIP Discord here, you can do that by going to patreon.com/Jason Casper. And basically, this is a Discord where I post daily technical analysis updates here. I go into a lot of detail every morning, except on the weekends. And, I basically lay out the levels I'm looking to trade, my plans for the day. We have a great group of people in here posting very detailed technical analysis, posting trade setups of their own. And it's not loading, of course, now, because I'm trying to do the video. But you can do that by going to patreon.com/Jason Casper. Okay, so once you determine it in yourself to actually take the time, put in the work to learn this, then you're going to have to work on developing and backtesting a few different strategies for different market conditions. And by the way, guys, I do have a course, jasoncaspertrading.com. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a more confident, more profitable trader, because this course is where I lay it all out step by step in a very methodical way, a systematic way, giving you everything you need to know in order so that you're not learning things out of order, and then showing you how to take all the information and actually put it into practice. Assuming you've never even looked at a chart before, and you can check out the testimonials here, changing the way thousands of people approach the markets. Assuming you've never even looked at a chart before, we go over technical analysis, how to analyze a chart, the market cipher indicator, my primary trading indicator. I do not enter a single trade without using this indicator and looking at it. My own trading strategies that I use. I teach you my own strategies, how to create your own strategy, and then most importantly, and we're going to get into this later as well, risk management. So now that you know TA, you need to develop and backtest a few strategies of your own, or strategies that you learn from myself or somebody else. And you need to make sure that you have the ability to trade in different market conditions, right? There's bull markets, there's bear markets, there's sideways markets. Personally, I love sideways markets. They're my favorite. I love when Bitcoin is trading sideways. because the trade setups are just so easy to find, in my opinion, right? Some people like to trade trending markets. I like to trade sideways markets the best. So all the trades I just entered today are, well, if we zoom out here, if we go to like a higher time frame of the 4 hour, we can see for the past few days Bitcoin's basically trading sideways in this little area of consolidation, right? So you need to back test these strategies, and the way you're going to do that is you are going to find things on a chart, and you are going to then go back in time, find every single time this thing happened on the chart, and then see what your profit and loss would have been. Let's just say, for example, we're using Market Cipher B down here. By the way, you can use my affiliate link if you want to get Market Cipher, and there's a 25% discount if you use the code JIMBO, JIMBO in all capitals. But let's just say we want to back test divergences on the 1 hour time frame. So we're going to find every single time that there is a bearish divergence, right, on Market Cipher B, where the price is coming up, the momentum is coming down, and we would have shorted that right there, and we see, okay, 5%. And then we see one again right here, and we would have shorted this right here, and let's test it out. Okay, 12%, not so bad, not so bad. And then we see we have another divergence right here, and we short that thing, and what do we get on that one? We get about 6%, not so bad. Then we have another divergence right here, and let's see what that would have been. That would have been a nice 7%. So I'm just very, simply back testing a simple Market Cipher strategy here, just divergences on the 4 hour time frame, and you can see that we're getting a certain amount of profit and loss in every trade, and so you can get an idea of your strategy, and basically think to yourself, okay, I'm going to now that I've back tested this strategy and I've gone back in time to see that it works, I'm going to actually start using this in real time. So then you're going to forward test that strategy with a small amount of money, where you're going to wait until you see that thing on the chart, and then you're going to take a very small amount of money at first, and you're going to just practice with a very small amount of money. Maybe take $100, maybe only $50. If you're a kid, maybe only $10, okay? You can start with anything. And what you're going to do is you're going to forward test your strategy in real time and see if you can turn that $10 into $100. See if you can turn that $100 into $1,000, into $10K, into $100K. It's possible. And once you get the hang of using these strategies, then you will build your confidence. You will know exactly what to look for, and then you can get to the level where you're actually planning your trades out. Like good old K-Pax in the Discord, man. Shout out to K-Pax. He's planning out his trades in advance. He knows what he's looking for on the chart. He knows if price gets to this certain area, he's going to look for a long. If price gets to this area, he's going to short. Right? That's the level that we need to get to, so that we can always be thinking one step ahead of the game. Okay? So plan your trades out in advance. Know what you're looking for. Forward test with a small amount of money. It also helps to learn multiple strategies, right? We want to learn multiple strategies, and you will over time, especially if you're learning from people online, reading books, following people on TradingView, joining different Discord groups, taking different courses. And once you have a strategy that works, the next step that is very, 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 very important, and most people overlook, is developing a risk management strategy. This will make or break you as a trader. Most people have a problem with implementing a risk management strategy, right? Most people have a problem implementing a risk management strategy. For some reason, people get overzealous to make money, and they start to take irresponsible risks. Because trading is a game of probabilities, we need to put the probabilities in our favor, and part of that is mitigating the risks as much as possible. We want to minimize our risk as much as possible and maximize our ability to make profit. Okay, and the way we do that is through risk management. I do cover risk management in the trading course, okay? I do cover it. But basically, a great rule of thumb is you should only be risking 1 to 2% of your trading account per trade. That means if you only have $100 in your account, you should only be risking $1 to $2 per trade. This does not mean you have to put only $1 on the trade. It means you can only risk losing $1. And there's many different ways to implement risk management. And one of the great things about trading cryptocurrency is we can use something called leverage. And leverage allows us to take a small amount of money, risk a very small amount of money, and yet potentially earn a large amount of money. And if you use it properly, it can really help you make money. For example, I don't know if you're familiar with leverage or not if you're a trader, but especially with cryptocurrency and Forex as well, you can use something called leverage, which allows you to basically take a small amount of money and use that small amount of money, put it up as collateral, and essentially you're taking a loan out from the exchange, and they will give you a lot more money to trade with, but you're putting your small amount of money up as collateral. So basically, if you have $100 and you are using, let's say, 30x leverage. Now keep in mind, if you're a beginner, you're not going to want to use 30x leverage right away, but I'm just showing you what's possible as you learn. Okay, 30x leverage, that means you can take $1, okay, times 30 equals $30. Now you can place $30 on a trade and make profit on your $30 instead of that $1. If the trade gets liquidated, okay, you only lose $1. The reason why this is so powerful is because if you're only losing 1% of your account per loss, you can lose 3-4 trades in a row, and then that fifth trade that's a really good win is going to offset your losses and then some. In fact, you can lose, and I can demonstrate this mathematically, 4 trades in a row, and then that fifth trade could actually net you in profit. Okay. Now, of course, the goal is to get to a point where you're not taking very many losses. Okay. I'm at a point where I take very few losses. Of course, you're going. I take loss. Everybody takes losses. It's just part of trading. But I would have to say most of my losses are because I am not sticking to my rules. You'll learn about that later. But if you have your risk management down, if you're risking 2% of your account, okay, now you can put $60 on a trade. If you have $100 on your account, you can put $60 on a trade and only risk losing $2. It's a very powerful thing. Okay, and so this is part of risk management. There's more to it than that. There's a lot more to it than that. But I'm just showing you what is possible if you have a good strategy and then you're risking a responsible amount of money. It makes it so that you can potentially earn a lot and risk a little. And this is very important. A lot of people misuse leverage because they take 100% of their account and they 20x leverage it. And then if they lose the trade, they lose everything. We need to use it in a way where if we lose the trade, we're losing 1 to 2% of our account, okay? Now, the fourth step is stick to your strategies and gain experience, okay? This is the time where you're actually actively trading, okay? You've already learned, you know your strategies, you're implementing good risk management, you're trading an account. Yet, you are not at the point in your life yet where you're doing this full time. The purpose of step 4 is to gain experience and practice your discipline and your patience. And the reason it's so important to do this is because if you just start trading full time and you're desperate to make the money because you have bills to pay, I guarantee that you are going to struggle to make money because trading is a psychological game. It takes patience and discipline because you have to wait for the good setups. You have to wait until the trades come to you. But if you're desperate to make money, you are going to try and force those trades. And when you do that, you're going to lose money. And when you lose money, you're going to do something called revenge trading, where in order to offset your losses, you try and find another trade real quick. For example, let's just say that you tried to go long right here, because you thought we were going to break out. We had a resistance right here, right? You thought we broke the resistance. I'm going to go ahead and go long right here. And then what happens, right? Price dumps. It totally dumps. You get stopped out, you lose money, and you're really pissed. And you're like, dang it, it can't go down forever, can it? It keeps going down, it keeps going down, it keeps going down. You're like, oh, I guess we're in a downtrend now. So price gets a little pump, and you're like, okay, coming back down again. I'm going to go ahead and short it now. And this is your revenge trade. You're like, well, since we're going down, I was wrong about the long, now I'm going to short. You take a short here, and guess what happens? Price pumps. You get stopped out again. Now you're pissed, and we just are pumping up. You're like, man, we are going up. So then you take a long right here. Boom, price goes down. You get stopped out. It's a vicious cycle. And if you're desperate to make the money because you have to in order to pay your bills and keep the lights on, well, then that is really going to start playing games with your mind. And you're not going to be able to focus on sticking to your strategy and using discipline. Okay? So it's best to have a steady stream of income during this phase. It's best to have some kind of income, whether you have another business online, whether you have to have a normal job, whether you're working for a friend, whether you're cutting people's grass, whatever you got to do to have a steady stream of income during this time where you can learn how to basically systematize your trading. I'll be honest with you guys. When I got to the point where I was actually able to do this full time, I stopped actually thinking about the money and more so focusing on the trading itself. When you can get to the point where you're focused on the trades, where you get more excited about technical analysis and analyzing a chart than you do about making money, that's the point where you're going to start to see that you have a lot of success in this, right? You're doing it because you like doing it, and the making money is just a byproduct of your passion for analyzing charts and your passion for technical analysis. Your main drive is not the money. Your main drive is just an enjoyment of doing this, and the money is just a nice side effect of that. You need to get yourself to that point. You need to get yourself to the point where your focus is on finding those good trade setups, having patience, having discipline to stick to your strategy, waiting for those good trades to come to you, okay? And this is the time where you practice your patience and your discipline, right? Trading can be a mind game. Now, once you get these 4 things down, now you can start trading full time. Okay, now you can start trading full time. So what is a realistic time frame for this to happen? Well, it depends on the person, right? It depends on your ability to learn things. It depends on how much drive you have, how much determination you have. It also depends a lot on your psychology. It depends on your personality. It took me a long time to actually learn how to trade from a psychological perspective, right? The learning technical analysis, I feel anybody can learn technical analysis. Anybody can take a course, doesn't even have to be my course. Anybody can take a course and learn how to mark levels on a chart. They can learn what to look for. But to actually learn the discipline and the patience, understanding that over trading can be a downfall, understanding that you don't have to be in a trade all the time, only take the best trade setups, understanding that if you take a loss, it's okay, it's part of the game, not revenge trading. These things take time, and unfortunately for most of us who are doing this, we learned and gained that experience by taking some serious losses. So it really depends on the person. I think if you do everything right from the beginning and you determine to use good risk management from the beginning and you determine to stick to a strategy from the beginning, I truly believe that with a year of hard work, a year of studying, you can actually get to the point where you can do this full time. If you're somebody who struggles with the psychological aspects of it, maybe 2-3 years, maybe even more. Most traders don't last a few months. And I'll tell you, it's not because they don't know technical analysis. It's because they can't handle it psychologically. It's very psychologically taxing, trading can be, especially if you have this desperate urge to make money fast. Don't look at this as a get-rich-quick scheme. Look at this as a marathon and not a sprint. Look at this as a skill you are learning to better yourself for the long run, especially cryptocurrency trading. This can apply to anybody, but especially in crypto, people get into this mindset of, I'm going to long in the bull market and make all this money, and I'm going to get rich quick. I'm going to become a millionaire investing in crypto. I'm going to find that altcoin that does 1,000x, right? I'm going to buy Dogecoin when it's 0.00001 cents and 20x leverage it on Bybit and make $1 million. You cannot have that mindset, because although people get very rich very quick trading, I know people who have, for the vast majority of people, they get poor very quick trading because they don't take the time to actually do what it takes to make this a full-time gig. Okay, so right now I want you to envision in your head what you want from this whole endeavor that you're embarking on, this trading endeavor. Do you want to actually do this full-time? Do you want this to be a skill that you can take to support yourself and your family, to pass it on to the next generation? This is something that is so awesome because of the fact that, like I said, it's a very freeing experience to be able to say, I can live anywhere I want if I'm allowed to travel. I can be anybody. There's no discrimination. There's no segregation. There's no privilege in this world, right? In the trading world. Anything is possible. And so do yourself a favor. Put in the time. Put in the work. I know that you can do it. All right, guys. That's it for this video. I hope you found it enjoyable. I hope you found it informative. I hope you found it encouraging. And if you did, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I will see everybody in the next video. May God bless you in the name of Yeshua the Messiah, Jesus the Messiah. I do pray that you are very blessed. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.